What's going on, y'all? What it is. So let's go ahead and slide on these topics. And the first thing I want to discuss is the actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sitting down with Patrick David Bett and basically talking about the issue where Rodney Jones claimed in his lawsuit against Diddy that the actor inappropriately touched him and things of that nature. So Patrick asked Cuba about the allegations, and Cuba said that he was shocked to see that Diddy's homes had been raided, but he was even more shocked to see that his name had been tied into this lawsuit, right? So Cuba goes on to say that whatever is going on with Diddy, that he believes that God has Diddy on this path, whatever the hell that means. And then basically he said he don't think that Diddy is that stupid to be accused of all these things that he's been doing over the years and keep self-incriminating evidence on the premises where he lives. Then he goes on to say that with the raid and everything, only time will tell who was a frequent guest at these parties and things that Diddy would throw. And then he goes on to say that his lawyer said every outlet wants to talk to you about you being associated with this lawsuit against Diddy. And then he says that, you know, he's not going to be defined by a headline out there that's claiming that he was groping Rodney and things like that. Now, what's interesting about this dynamic is the fact that Cuba claims that he hadn't met Diddy until 2019, 2020, and that Diddy had invited him and his girlfriend, Claudine De Niro, which is the ex-wife of Robert De Niro's son, Raphael, and basically she's met Diddy on plenty of occasions because, according to Cuba, they had a working relationship where she would network for Diddy. So anyway, Diddy invites Cuba and his girlfriend to the crib just to hang out. And mind you, again, he said that he never met Diddy until 2019 and 2020, but a picture has surfaced that showed the two together hanging out way back in 2003. Now, apparently this was a New Year's Eve party that Cuba and his girlfriend was invited to, and he said that he hadn't seen Diddy or Rodney since that night. And he said that they were going from boat to boat. He said that Drake was on one boat, Tyson was on the other boat, and then Cuba said he got to Diddy's boat and he was invited to listen to a song. And so Rodney produced a picture of Cuba with his arms around him as Cuba was listening to this song. And so basically Cuba claims that it was innocent and he said what he said to Rodney and then he left. My question is, what did you say? Now, Cuba says that the photo that Rodney provided as potential evidence against him was a strategic plot, to say the least. He basically pulled out his phone and he showed Patrick another angle of the video. He said, why they didn't show this angle? And then he goes on to say that him and Diddy are just acquaintances. They're not friends. He only seen him 2 or 3 times. You see how the story is changing. And then on top of that, he said that the reason why he feels that Rodney is going after him is because of his dark past and the things he's been accused of. Because I believe back in June of 2023, Cuba ended up settling with a woman that accused him of R over a decade ago. And then in 2022, he pled guilty of SA charges that involved 3 different women. So, and they were all misdemeanors, but he pled guilty. And so a lot of people say that sometimes people plead guilty just to make it all go away, or you settle to make it all go away. I'm not selling a damn thing. If I didn't do it, I didn't do it. But hey, I guess that's how Hollywood works. Now, I'm not trying to say that Cuba is guilty here. Listen, I wasn't there, and I'm definitely not going to convict somebody in the court of public opinion, but I will say that his interview was all over the place. Do you guys think that Cuba was trying to get Rodney Jones in an angle to get a little bit of Duncan Hines? Drop down in the comments and let a brother know. Because in that photo that Rodney provided, I'm not gonna lie, Rodney was smiling. He looked a little bit comfortable to me. Now, I don't know in that present time where the violation took place, but Cuba was definitely close. He looked like he could have gave Rodney some vicious, severe back shots and left everything that Rodney ate on some bed sheets. But anyway, if you want to catch the full entire interview, go to Patrick Bet David's channel and check it out. So anyway, I want to move along because Russell Simmons came out and he defended Diddy. So what I want to do right here is play you guys this clip, and then I'll be back just to give you my 2 cents and close the video.
I follow Deepak Chopra and Satguru and Reverend quotes, many other ministers and profound teachers of wisdom on Instagram. I follow them all. And I follow a reasonable amount of pop culture. They're my friends, actually. You know, almost everybody in pop culture. So of course I follow Will Smith or, you know, whoever is on Instagram. These are my friends. And then I see what's going on right now, which is typical, but I think enhanced more, multiplied in a way. The lack of interest in real life suffering of others and real war-torn countries, people, the Palestinian plight, the way the fear is coming out of Israel and how they're reacting. Some of that stuff is of interest to me. But that's why I'm on Instagram. But I've never seen so many people thrill to tear each other down. Because our stars, remember, our stars helped Dr. King have his march. Helped Minister Farrakhan promote his Million Family March, Million Man March. Their voices echoed the calls from those leaders for us to come together. My experiences with the collective hip-hop culture, the Hip-Hop Summit's work, where Eminem had 10,000 people come out to learn financial literacy, and Beyonce did the same in Houston, and Nelly did the same in St. Louis, and just all over the country, rappers stood up to help us with gang violence and financial literacy. And they did it together, because each stage would include like 7 or 8 artists. Lil Wayne was there next to, other people from New Orleans. He was not the only New Orleans artist, but he was there. And they were together. And their togetherness on issues matters. They don't have to all think alike, but those who do think about the suffering of their communities and come together make a dramatic difference. And there's always been a rap beef, but never so much excitement. And again, I know it's like pro wrestling, as Rick Rubin used to say. And it's okay to have these, I guess it's okay to have these skirmishes. I remember saving lives. I would get in the middle of people who were going to kill each other. Many, many times I saved the lives of rappers, or saved them from clashing in ways that were not just verbal. And I see now, one thing leads to another. Call this guy a white boy or a pedophile. Call this guy, even saying, oh, look, I raised my children properly. That's my focus. I'm a real man because I do the following. I can't feel good if you're not quite the same man he is. Every little punchline is hurtful. And they lead to more hurtful punchlines and to gunplay. How many people have died in hip-hop for over rap beat or drill music? This idea of using our poetry to tear each other down is the lead thing on Instagram. More important than anything else. More important than destruction of the environment. More important than anything. The possible world war. More important than anything. People say, oh, I just need entertainment. So that way I don't go crazy from all the real world stuff. And I get it. But what kind of entertainment are we consuming? Is any of it really uplifting or helping us to be better or happier? Do we feel better when people are down so we can feel up? We have to look inside ourselves and try to look up and be excited about our brother's rise, not his fall. So when you tear someone down, or when you watch someone tear someone down, try not to get so excited. I know it's fun to watch to some people. If I had a nickel for every nasty meme sent to me by people whose lives were enhanced and built by Sean Combs, it's like, it seems a bit hypocritical since the only reason you have a life is you worked for him, or he gave you a job or lifted you up somehow. Watching our brothers fall is hurtful. Having everybody get together and laugh at our brothers fall, or supporting the tearing down of our brothers, it's tough. They may think it's, entertaining. Some of the memes are funny, right? But we have to look up, train our mind to see the good in things and not the negative. It's a quick spark. It's a quick spark. Oh, that's interesting, or that's funny, and then our gut hurts. You ever be around someone who's gossiping and they say, guess what happened to so-and-so? The first thing you say is, what? And then they tell you the story and you guys think about it and maybe laugh about it. And then the next time they say, and guess what else happened? And you say, what? And then you're like, drained. You feel sad, you feel sick, you feel depressed even, because you have participated in so much negative talk that now you feel negative. This is why we go to church or to kirtan and sing to Krishna or to God, or to talk to the rabbis, the reverends, and the imams, so we can lift ourselves up. And if we can have uplifting dialogue amongst each other, more often than not, we will feel better, be happier, live longer, and be part of a different cycle, one that spins us up rather than tears us down. That's it. I'm going to just share that. It's nothing too new. I was just meditating with a bunch of people and I said, life is like a movie. Just watch in amazement, get popcorn, be present and watch. The doer gets his instruction from God. So just try to get God's instruction. He will not tell you to do this dumb shit.
Meanwhile, you in Bali and you can't come home because you've been accused of some of the things that Diddy has been accused of. So why are you out here talking about tearing someone down? You cannot be an individual who's running away from several R charges, trying to lecture us and tell us what we shouldn't do to people who've been violating other individual spaces for quite some time. Now, I'm not the type of brother to give Diddy a lot of credit, but I will give him some credit in this regard. At least this man is staying on US soil while all these charges are being sorted out. You ran to another country where you couldn't be extradited from. Your daughters don't even have direct access to you unless it's through video chat or Zoom or something like that. You can't even be on US soil and still continue to be a father to your children. I don't care if they're grown. They'll always need their father in their lives, but yet you're gonna lecture us all the way from Bali and you can't even come home? Man, listen, I'm gonna let this go right here. I want you guys to drop down in the comments and let me know what you think about everything that was discussed within this video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And until next time, peace.